let's just quickly move into the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't know if it's a rumor or it's something that's eventually going to happen, right? Uh should I ask an Arsenal fan first, or I should go to Manchester
Why
United
not?
fan?
Please go with the
Arsenal
Arsenal.
fan,
Go with the
what do you
Arsenal fan.
think? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back to Man U.
He's
We
probably
initially
scared right now. He's shitting his pants.
before we spoke about the records from all of the managers that Manchester United have hired over the past couple of years, and Solskjaer's record is high up there. So, is it a good thing that they're trying to bring back? For me, I don't see the. I mean, I think he has this Manchester United thing in him, this spirit, right? But I don't see that. I didn't see Man U playing with like a lot of flair when Solskjaer was the manager. I can be wrong. I might be wrong, right? But do you think he's the best manager for them at the moment?
So I would say to stabilize the ship till maybe the next manager comes, I would say
Ah,
yes.
you don't think they should give him the job permanently?
I don't think
They
they
might
even
not.
want.
They might not
I
give him
don't
the
think they
job
even want
permanent.
to give him
So
an.
Solskjaer has become a Lampard essentially,
I don't
Or
think he
Gusin, or
wants.
our own Gusin
or
Dink.
Gusi Dink, yes.
I
Yeah.
don't think he wants the job permanently. I would say Solskjaer is someone that knows how to play um, both big teams and small teams. Solskjaer is someone that you can see a pattern in what he does. It's not like Amorim. Amorim today you will see back three. The next game you will see back five. Next one you see maybe 4-4-3 in quote. 4-4-3 in quote. But for
Can you
Ole,
play 4-4-3?
I I
I've
think
never played 4-4-3.
I think that post Alex whatever era at United is the one that has the most wins in yeah, I think so, in at United. And to answer your question, I would say yes, temporarily, because he won't be under any major pressure to win any trophy. Of course, for himself, he will want to maybe take United and compete for Europe, maybe fourth or even maybe Europa or whatever. Then, secondly, because he has been there before, he knows most of these players. He knows probably what he did in his first tenure that didn't work and would maybe want to change now. Then, thirdly, I don't see plenty managers out there that
I
would want
agree.
to take up the United job at this point, knowing that it might be interim. Because I can't have a full-time job somewhere, nobody's stressing me at the moment, and someone is and I need to go to another place for maybe 6 months, and I would now leave my current job. But Ole, I think, is for now it would stabilize the ship. Everything will work as expected. It would use the right players. The is it square peg in a square hole or in a round? It won't.
I'm
It
pegging
won't.
around, yeah.
Yeah, it won't do calculations. It won't do anything like Amorim did. So yes, I think it's a good one for both United, for the team, and for Ole, and maybe for the fans, because some fans actually like him.
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
don't think there is any fan in particular that does not really like Ole. If there is one thing that you see about Ole is that Ole loves Manchester United. He loves the club.
And he won trophies for you guys.
Did he
No.
win trophy
what
for?
did
No,
he
he didn't
win?
win trophy for
What
us.
did he
I
win?
think he was in
Won
the final of Europa League, but we didn't
and
win.
lost.
We didn't win it. We lost
Vale-
it.
Villarreal.
Your before Amorim took you to another final and also lost.
I also lost. But with Ole, to be honest, we played our best football after Sir Alex Ferguson under Ole. Like with the counter-attacking football,
Well,
we
yes,
had
that's
Pogba,
what I was
we
about to
had
say.
Martial, we had Bruno, we had Greenwood. To be like even the first spell of Ole, right? Many people will agree that it was Ronaldo that disrupted that plan. Everything was going very well. We were second, back to
It
back.
was one that made you second, and I guess
Yeah,
that was the last time you
we
were
were
second in the
second,
league.
back to back. We were not scared of Liverpool. We were not scared of City. We will go there, we'll take points. I think at some point we beat like Chelsea 4-0 in one game like that. Like Chelsea, like like
Yeah, I
whenever
don't, I don't remember that one. No.
only beat Chelsea like 4-0, I remember that match vividly. Say Dan James was causing trouble for Chelsea. So like with Ole, right? I mean, managers going back to the club like for the second spell. We saw it with Mourinho with Chelsea. Doesn't always go as
Lampard.
planned,
Yeah.
But even
I mean,
when
Mourinho even
Mourinho
won
went
something.
back, he still managed to.
He won.
Even
He
when
won
Mourinho went back,
Premier
he still
League.
managed to win the Premier League
Yeah,
again.
he won the Premier League.
So with Ole, I think that he can get us that uh downwind runs. He just knows how to get that for us. Even when it was
Finally, that
caretaker the
United
first
guy
time,
can have a hope of cutting his.
that guy can have his own haircut finally.
Who's
And
that?
also when he joined Besiktas recently, also they had like also that run, that beautiful run before things started getting shaky, and then they had to let him go as well. I think he can give Manchester United that. I really want to see him back in Manchester United because he loved the club. You could see that he loved the club, and he was not like trying to play games or anything like that. He literally offered himself to the board that I'm available. Forget about the money. Forget about anything. I just want to help the club when the
So
club is
he's
in
not getting
business.
paid.
He's going to get paid. I think, according to what I read, he's going to get paid about one ridiculous amount of money weekly, about 60,000
Per month or per
pounds
week.
weekly per
Oh,
week.
okay.
But then, if he qualifies for the Champions League, then he gets about 3 million to 4 million
Oh,
pounds
in
in bonus.
bonus.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
huge. That's
So
huge.
I would really like to see him back.
So
Yeah,
yeah, Brown, what are your
I
thoughts
mean, I've
quickly?
listened to you guys, and quite frankly, the inference of all of the things you have said is that quite a good number of United fans would love to see Ole come back. I mean, given where we are right now, it's easy for us to just lash on to whatever it is that is available to us, and that's what Manchester United fans are currently doing. But if you ask me my personal opinion regarding the resigning of Ole as our interim manager, I see it as us trying to reward mediocrity. And I'll tell you why. Yeah.
that's harsh
We
to
have,
Ole.
Remember
yeah.
that he has the third highest or something win
Yeah,
rates.
yeah,
I don't
Now,
think
he had the third
I
highest
mean,
win rate.
if
I'll
you're
roll
talking
you
about
some.
quality of football,
Back to back runner up in the Premier League,
Now,
beating
yeah,
Guardiola
you might want to
anyhow,
take
beating Klopp anyhow.
you
no,
might want to
I
take
want,
back that mediocrity.
I'm here to
But go
defend
ahead. Go ahead.
my statements. Now, the reason why I say, given, can we do worse than Ole with signing a new manager? Yes, because at the moment there is nothing man you cannot do. Now, can we also do better than
What
signing
man you cannot
a
do.
coach that is better than Ole, even in the interim? Absolutely, absolutely.
Who will want to come?
I would rather Manchester United brings someone that has never been at the helm than bring someone that was there, didn't succeed, and left. Now, I would rather a Michael Carrick, who is an intelligent manager who has also had quite a good spell in the championship with Middlesbrough, to come back and stabilize the ship as against bringing Ole. Now, Ole had the highest number of games played after Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. Ole has, yes, we can argue his win rate was a bit close to that of Ten Hag.
Ten Hag. Mhm.
Yes, but with far less games by Ten Hag, right? And we won 2 trophies under Ten Hag. I would rather we bring someone that has never been there than return Ole. And like I said earlier, it's easy for us Manchester United fans now to lash on to anything that is available in the market. And if Ole offers himself, by all means, we'll go back. So it's easy for us to forget these things. Remember, we lost a during the time Ole took over took over Manchester United, right? We had already been in that state of constant decline. However, at the time, we had players with more quality and experience. So there were a lot of things that were happening in games that
We
was
still
down
have.
to the individual brilliance of some of
Oh
these
no,
players, not necessarily the coaching prowess of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now,
I
if you want
disagree.
to say bring back coaches, I mean people that love Manchester United, like Shola rightly said earlier, he's not the only one that loves Manchester United. Roy Keane is also a passionate supporter and lover of Manchester United. In fact, I can argue that it is debatable that he has even more passion than Ole
No
Gunnar
doubt,
Solskjaer,
no doubt.
even though they will not even give him the role because of that brouhaha between him and Alex, right? But what
Mhm.
I'm saying in essence is that we can actually do better than Ole in the interim. Bring someone that has never been there rather than recycle what was there, didn't give us any trophy, and then we as fans,
I mean,
because we don't have an option, we just lash
To
onto it.
to be to
I
be
don't think
honest,
there's not
I
too
think
many
it's very
managers on the
harsh.
market at the moment.
I think we're very harsh on Ole.
I have to
And
say
I
it
think
is
we can all agree that it was just Ronaldo. It was Ronaldo that just disrupted that plan. Everything
Ole does not have
he
the what's
wanted a
the
different
word?
kind of
Ole
type
does
of
not have
players.
the aura to command the kind of
He
respect
does.
you
He
would
does.
need
And if you remember what Harry
player.
Maguire said, if you remember what Harry Maguire said, right? Harry Maguire said that the way Ole set up that team, it was the best that he has seen, and he has worked with
See,
several managers of Manchester United.
players who hardly
It
say
was
anything
Ole that
terrible
brought in
about
Bruno.
coach
It
that
was Ole
played
that brought
them
in Bruno.
very
It
often,
was Ole
right?
that brought in Sancho.
But what is the result of that one? What I'm saying
No,
is that Ole does not have.
mismanagement of Sancho is not was not down to Ole.
See, Ole as an
We can both
individual,
agree. We can both agree that what Sancho was delivering at Borussia
how many
Dortmund before he came
delivering
to
did he deliver?
It was very good
Borussia
at
Sancho
it.
was
Dortmund.
one of
There's
the
also
most
this.
expensive,
There's also this thing
inconsistent players
That
we
was the
ever had.
baller.
with players coming from Germany, right? You all can agree. There's this thing with German players coming to the Premier League and not being able to match up. Quite a lot of them from Chelsea's
Except
Andre
Erling
Scholler.
Haaland. Yeah, Shola
Actually,
did
yeah,
well too.
Andre,
He
yeah, he
tried his
tried,
best.
but it wasn't Andre Scholler.
Haaland is performing.
Timo
Quite a
He
lot of
came
Werner,
them.
from
Alan,
Timo
Germany.
Werner
Timo
struggled.
Werner,
Shesko is
Mkhitaryan
struggling now.
Kai
performed. He came
Havertz,
from Germany.
Shesko. There's a lot of them. So
Yeah.
Mkhitaryan
uh,
performed. He came from Germany. What I'm
he performed
saying
for how
is
many seasons?
he performed with
I
us.
mean,
He
he was
won the
already
Europa
old.
League. He went to
Um,
Arsenal. He did quite well with them as
yeah,
well.
well,
So
yeah, true.
what I'm
There's
saying is that
that's
you
an
can do
exemption. Yeah.
better than Ole in the interim. There's no point rewarding mediocrity because now you are saying let's bring in Ole, we'll stabilize the ship. At the same time, there's no expectation. So if he does not,
I think no,
he
no,
has
no.
stable or without an European place, because there's no expectation, we
I
have
think
to
the
swallow
expectation
it.
is Champions League,
the
basically.
expectation is
So
Champions League, even with Ole, to be
there
honest.
isn't too many. You can agree with me that there isn't too many managers on the market. In
Yeah.
fact,
Agreed.
elite managers or even regular
Yeah.
managers, there isn't a
That
lot.
would probably
So
want to come to
I
Manchester United.
agree, but
But at the
I
yes,
would
same time,
rather someone that has never been
Manchester
there.
United can pull any talent whatsoever, though.
of
We
course,
are a
big
big club.
club.
We can
Yeah.
pull anybody.
We are
You might
not
be
as big
surprised,
as
but we
Manchester
can even
United
pull
that is
Manchester
not in the
is in
Champions
Germany.
League.
Xabi Alonso from.
Manchester
Let's
United that is not
let's
in the
come out
Champions
of
League that
that
got
that
Konya
illusion
and
of
Mbemo.
big club. We are not in terms of our name.
And again, when you were saying that,
We are not a big club on the pitch.
the success of Ole was down to like number of talented players that we had, right?
Right.
Although yes, Pogba, we had Bruno, we had Greenwood, we had a bunch of them. But at the same time, you have to give him the
We
credit
had
for
what is the name?
setting up.
Cavani was there. Bruno
Cavani
was
was there.
there. Like yes,
Exactly. And you will see that we were so
brilliant
good before the
players.
introduction of Ronaldo. It
So
was just like
again,
Ronaldo came to that team, they just wanted to try and fit him into that team, and then everything started crumbling.
Ronaldo was still firing, but but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't have. He does not have the aura to command what we need now. Solskjaer is not what Manchester United need right now. There's a lot of chaos going on behind the scene. And Ole is not the guy. He does not have that aura to command what we need to stabilize this ship for European places convincingly right now.
Well,
It's my
So
take.
if there's a lot of chaos going behind the scene, why not address the chaos going behind the scene and
That
bring in a
comes down
manager
to
that
the board,
wants to?
which we had already alluded to in our previous, shows. We talked about how I personally, for one, mentioned how displeased I am with the way the board has been handling issues before now. And then I feel like the reason for the Amorim sack, even though it was fed to us as due to lack of performance, I feel like it was not that. It was more
it
like
wasn't that.
yes, it was more or less challenge you being the manager, challenge the board
It was
with the
power tussle.
it was basically power tussle,
Yeah.
not performance. So if Manu were not run by people that were so concerned about how they were perceived emotionally, Amorim will still be Manchester
There is
United.
nothing wrong with managers being respectful though to the board. I mean,
See, there are better ways
regardless
to
of,
Absolutely,
manage some
absolutely.
of these
especially when
things.
you are not delivering, when you are not. I mean, you see, like Pep Guardiola said something recently. He said there is no manager that is beyond being fired.
Of course,
Right.
Quite all right. The
of
clubs will
course.
hire you for your ideas, right?
They are your
But at the same
employee,
time, the fact
employers,
that they
rather.
believe in your ideas does not mean that they don't want to see results.
Of course.
But
So
there
they
is
hire you
not
for your ideas, they fire you for your results.
right. But was there a change between firing Amorim and now? No, hold on. However, is this, would you say, the right time to have laid that guy off?
I think he wanted to go. It was not planned. The board didn't want him to go
That
now.
guy
He
has
was
always
the one
wanted to
that,
do.
according
He
to
got tired
the
of that job a
excerpt
long
from
time
the
ago.
Athletic, he got tired of that job. They were questioning his 3-4-3, and then he decided, you know what, I'm going to call my agent. I think I want to leave. And they were
And
like,
again,
okay.
another thing when we talk about formation and style of play and all these type of things, right? I also think that quite honestly, yes, as much as some coaches will come out to say I'm inflexible, I cannot shift my grounds, right? But I mean, you kind of like have to look at what you have before you and work with it, which is something we complain that Amorim didn't take cognizance of. But then again, you would have to realize that as a coach trying to pass a system across to your players, if you are always shuffling and changing, there are times when it will come across to these players as though you do not know what you are doing. Hence the reason why I feel in
Of course,
some
it came across like that
Amorim,
because the
Amorim
management,
would be like, let us stick to this thing, get a hold of it before we can now shuffle and change so we don't get easily predicted. That was what I feel it was.
Amorim, according to
It
the
didn't take
board,
more
they said
time,
Amorim at times train with 4 at the back.
meaning there
And then
were
on match day, it changes to 3 at the back.
so it mean there were
So it's confusing the
glimpses that
players.
these
So it
changes
was
can
indeed
happen.
confusing the players. So this wasn't like a situation of him trying to be
Glimpses
consistent.
that
He's not
these things can
consistent.
happen. Maybe it took too long, but glimpses that these changes can happen. But then again, the coach, I want to pass across to these guys to understand that this is what I am. However, I am still open to changes game by game. And we saw that against Newcastle. We played 4 men at the back. Did we win? Absolutely. So, yes, I also feel like even though Amorim will come out to the press to act very stern and stubborn and what have you, with the statements he made about, oh, even if the popes come, I'm not going to change. But I also think that he wants to give that impression that, oh, guys, this is what we are going to do, right? And until you get a hold of this, we are not going to switch to other things. When you get a hang of this, then we can begin to change in game and depending on how the situation
Let's
demands.
forget about Amorim.